Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole, coming to you live here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channels. You can like, share, and subscribe here on Beyond Mystic YouTube and also follow us on Rumble. Whoop! Rumble disappeared. Well, you know we're there and you know where to find us.
Apparently, we don't have Rumble up.
Streaming
Oh,
live
my.
on Rumble and X channels.
We're
as
happy to
well.
see that you're streaming from Rumble and
Yeah,
joining
we can
in.
see you
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we can see you. I've starred some of your questions and greeting Lupo.
Hi, Lupo.
Hi, Leo.
Hello,
So
everyone.
nice to
Welcome,
see you
welcome.
all. Seventh pillar from outside of Corporation of New Zealand. Love it.
Mhm.
Hi, everybody.
So we are open to your questions today. And by the way, we're saying happy holidays to those of you who are in the United States and perhaps visiting with friends and family today, tomorrow, over the weekend. We have an official national holiday, I believe, in the US, which is Thanksgiving. In Canada, we have it a month earlier. So we had ours way back then because it's already full on winter
Already
here.
happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of a fall harvest festival, and we get to it earlier. So nice. Thanks for tuning in with us, our friends from the US.
Seventh pillar says I celebrate Wolf Newt instead of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, really, this time of year is the festival of the harvest here in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, you're just getting into planting and starting your season because it's springtime there. So wherever you are, we welcome you. Today, we are going to, as always, do some deep diving into topics, and we just don't know where we'll end up. So we warn you in advance.
Yeah.
We could go anywhere, but we're all keeping open minds and open hearts in this process to see what is revealed. We're working with the cards to see what comes forward as, I don't want to say the true truth, because it's always expanding, isn't it? Like we learn something and there's so much more to learn. But today's perspective building exercise is what I get. We're building perspective by looking at these things from a lot of different angles. So thanks for your awesome questions. And any thoughts to get us started, Crystal?
No, we had some questions that came up on my show, the Beyond Karma show, and one of them was in regards to health and some stuff to do with looking at autoimmune disorders and stuff like that. So we thought that that would be one of our deep dives as well today, is just to, have a look into what we need to know about a lot of these really wild and mysterious health ailments that are being really struggled with.
Yeah, definitely.
In many of us.
Struggled with, and yet also almost like invitations to go deeper into learning about the capacity for I want to say like our ascension processes, the things that our bodies are evolving through, the things that we're changing, literally changing our DNA and our consciousness. And are these disorders part of that process? Because they cause us to have to step away from certain activities, certain foods, certain exposure to things. And is that part of a grander design that allows us to explore healing and learn actually about how dynamic we are as humans, how we have the capacity not only to heal, but perhaps to like evolve in one lifetime. Like we can literally change our DNA. We can perhaps reverse some of the aging processes, heal our wounds. So the question, I feel like, why don't we start off with what do we need to know about these disorders specifically? I think autoimmune is a great question.
Yeah.
Crystal's just burning some Palo Santo. She always loves to do that at the beginning of each reading or session, just to remind us to take this moment, get into alignment internally, come into sacred space. There's a lot going on in the world. It's easy to lose your balance, to get out of orientation with that sacred energy, that sacred alignment. So when we work with the smoke, it just reminds us to bring things back into sacred space.
I really feel I talk about the Palo Santo really bringing us into that neutral, heart coherent space.
Love it.
Really feels like that medicine to me.
And every time, by the way, every time Crystal burns Palo Santo, it burns beautifully. She says, "Oh, it's just because I hold it under the fire longer." And I'm like, no, I do that. And it doesn't do that for me. It's your thing, honey. It's your medicine. Yeah, totally. So let's begin, shall we?
Let's dive in. Let's go down the
rabbit hole. Here we go. You want to bring the cards up?
Oh, yes, I do.
Great.
Oh, yes, I do.
We've already cleared the cards. We've already reordered the universe. And what that means is basically dividing the deck into piles, intentionally clearing it, grounding ourselves.
Yvonne came on quite a lot earlier and posted this question. So we're going to be getting to that.
Is there a question about the autoimmune? Is that a question that somebody put up? Do you want to put it up there?
Lupo came on early and asked it too.
Okay.
No, there's not a question about it. It was from the Beyond Karma show. So
okay, great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It was just a suggestion. But then if I write it in the comments as a question, then it looks like
Jean-Claude is here. He's with us in spirit.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. So diving into these health disorders such as autoimmune.
Of course, we've seen what we would consider a rise in these disorders over the last couple of decades. Some people say, "Oh, they were always there." There's just people are talking about them now and have labeled them. Other people say, "No, that's not the case. This is a new phenomena."
I really appreciate that, John. You get that crystal's the real deal, is a true aid to humanity. Just saying.
I agree entirely. Definitely.
Thank you. That's really beautiful to hear.
So here we are, all of us asking this question. The strength character is a lot about the strength that comes from testing ourselves. It's not, you see, she's not just floating around in a field of wildflowers. She has the wildflowers on her crown and around her waist, but she's just not out frolicking. She's actually taming a wild beast with her gentleness, but also her strength and her persuasion, her I want to say, balance. You see that figure 8 symbol over her head? She's balanced, she's harmonized within, she's in alignment. So we're looking at this question from a place of like exploring the possibility that this struggle that so many people are having with autoimmune is in fact something that is designed to strengthen us or get us back in touch with a part of our nature that is we've come out of alignment with. Whoa, what do we need to know? So far, 2 major arcana cards. Let's put down 3 more. So this is us. What do we need to know about it? The Hierophant, past, present, 2 fours.
2 fours.
Yep. Potential future. Oh my gosh.
3 fours.
3 fours.
Whoa. Well,
3
that's
fours.
just wild.
Right?
What
So
is that about?
this is about 4. What do we know about 4? I feel like I'm teaching my course. What do we know about 4s? The number 4 is that it's about form, and structure, stabilizing, foundational energy. And when you have 3 of a kind, it's a blessing. So there's a blessing in this. I wonder if research, because this is like a health professional, the Hierophant is about institutions, systems, larger systems, and the system of medicine, for example, could be learning a lot about the challenge brings us to study everything from human consciousness, the effect of consciousness on the body, the interaction between all the different bodies, right? We've got the physical, the emotional, and the energetic, because we've got wands, cups, and pentacles. So it's learning. I feel that it's about learning about the way that our strength, our human strength is in the interaction between these bodies. That's just wild, eh?
That's just wild. I'm really
3
surprised
fours.
about that.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised about that, and I feel as though can I see the last 2?
Yeah, totally. Oh, wow.
It's almost like our bodies are these vehicles for change, and like it's yeah, it's kind of as though it's a necessary process for us to have some sort of a human experience. Like, it definitely feels like it has something to do with the foundation of who we came here to be, and the experience that we're meant to have as human beings is some kind of going through into the weight of experiencing these health challenges. And yet, like, what do we do with that?
Well, I mean, we've got to go
Move
through it.
through
We've
it.
got to go through it. The Chariot, this is the advice. The Chariot is stay on course. Don't lose, like, stay with the integrity of what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's going to take us through the, I want to say not the dark night of the soul, but it's definitely taking us through uncharted territory. See how this path goes into the distance, and the dark path, winding path, takes us into the unknown, into the great mystery. It's scary. But look at this. We have the wild and the domestic dog, the wild canine and the domestic canine. It's also about our wild nature and our domestic nature. And we might have steered too far into over domesticating ourselves, and we have to get back. The reason I say that is because this is a wild, she's all about instinct, working with your natural instincts. We've pulled away from that. We've become so science-based and materialist that we've lost touch with our instincts and our wild nature. So there's something about this is bringing us, it's forcing us to go back and look at our wild nature.
So the question, Bramlow, was about autoimmune conditions and our immune systems at this time, what we're going through, why we're going through it,
how we go through it. And it's quite extraordinary to have 3 of a kind
and 4 major arcana.
And 4 major arcana in this little spread. 3 of a kind, 3 fours, and 3 of a kind. To get 3 of a kind in a tiny spread like this is very, very rare. 3 of a kind is what I call a blessing. And we have the 3 that it is the number 4, 3 fours. You see 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. And the 4s represent stability and systems and structures.
It's interesting though, because the more that we've gotten attached to our stability and our systems and our structures, the more sick we've gotten. Right? The more that we've dove into like really overriding our emotions, looking to someone to like easy ways out, shortcut, you know, we're in such a shortcut lifestyle and shortcut reality, instant gratification for everything. And there's something where we've gotten almost really comfortable in our foundations, and it is a blessing. And then at the same time, it also feels like that's the in where these things can really be fostered, where autoimmune conditions can really grow.
Yeah, they bring us back. Yeah, there's something I'm hearing the comparison of when we over hybridize plants and they become what we call house plants that are so delicate they can't handle anything, right? Like they have no resilience in the wild. Like they die in an instant because they need constant, the exact same temperature, no extremes, no. So we've kind of doctored ourselves away from our natural instincts, because the strength card, strength maiden, is about natural instincts. This is the doctoring. We've been doctored out of the natural self, and now we basically are more and more vulnerable because of it. So do we just go and throw ourselves at the mercy of the elements? No, but what do you do with a plant? What do you do with a plant outside, let's say, that you want to take out of the greenhouse in the spring, or you want to take out of the house and put it outside in the spring? They call it hardening the plant. You have to slowly harden it. If you do it too fast, it's just going to die. So there's something. Let's look at what we do about
that's
this.
what I was going to say. Let's pull a few on what we do about it.
Strategize. So the 7 of Swords, strategy it's a wake-up call. This is a wake-up call.
Wait and see. It's an interesting thing to have the wake-up call and the wait and see. I feel like it's like hurry up and wait. The time is now, but don't do anything. And it kind of feels to me like we're maybe taking a pause about like feeling like we have to take action and doing something, and actually going back and looking at working more with our family lineages, with our healing, like working more on working with our ancestry and what what they went through, what they struggled with in our lineage, and bringing that up to be healed rather than focusing so much on trying to just mitigate the current symptoms.
Well, and it's like the medical system and science kind of got us into this dilemma in the first place. And I do feel
the shortcut system,
instant
gratification.
It feels like they are going to help us get out of it, because they're going to actually now they're going to teach back to us what our bodies and our spirits intrinsically knew. They're going to tell us, they're going to basically study it intensively. So that's why Crystal's saying it's going to take some time for science to catch up with really the amazing energy of human, the natural human instinct is going to react when it's not in its ideal place. So I feel what I'm being shown is these autoimmune reactions are actually the body saying, I'm not in my ideal environment. It might look like the right environment because I'm being, I'm having all my needs looked after, but I'm not in the ideal environment because it's making me, like it's shutting me down. It's making me soft. So science is going to go and study this phenomena and basically tell us,
could we ask if autoimmune disorders have increased?
We'll do 3 more cards on that. Yep, definitely. really, I want to say in the last 100 years, they have. But interestingly, I'm being shown in the last 6 or 7, it's starting to back up. It's actually starting to reverse a bit. So it really was a big thing, and now it's slowing down and people are actually healing from it. Yeah, we're going to learn to heal from it naturally. And funny enough, a lot of that healing is going to involve going back to what? Natural herbal medicines, elemental healing, like working with the natural things. It's so interesting, you know, with my own long journey. I got my first job in a health food store in the late 70s, and like I've been a health food fanatic forever. And I used to take so many supplements, and I used to, like do so many of these different healing modality treatments and so on. And it's so interesting as I get older, like even my, my body care, my skin care, people are like, wow, ASHALA, you have amazing skin for your age. And they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, olive oil, rosehip oil, facial massage. Like it's less and less about all these fancy supplements and all these things. It's more and more about natural remedies that get me back into a real connection with nature and natural law. So yeah.
What do we need to know about that?
Well, that's interesting. Sunshine Grease, you're talking about the jabs being destroying the natural immunity. And this is also, we still see, because they're still pushing it, but there's been a great receding away from that in these last 7 years. This has been, we're pulling back from that now. What do you see, Crystal?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. I'm in the comment section.
Okay.
I'm the comment man.
Comment away here.
Manner. I mean, in terms of have they increased, I feel like, yeah, it does look like they have. And yet, again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like there's something where it's like an intentional evolutionary piece for humankind.
And we are going
in some way or another.
Science is going to start to catch up with this and ask better and better questions. Yeah. It's going to start tying in. It's not just a physical thing. There's emotional and spiritual. Whoa. Metaphysical. There might even be metaphysical, spiritual causations for this. I mean, would science ever even dare to say that? But that's
coming.
It's
happening,
right? Yeah, definitely.
I know a lady with lupus that changed her lifestyle to deal with this condition. She still loves heavy metal music and going to concerts, so she didn't change everything. Yes. Heavy metal music.
So that's funny. She's not getting
she's
not getting her heavy metals out in the environment. She's getting them in
her
music listening ears. So interesting. So I think this is interesting, right? It's like we've opened it up.
And got my first job shopping for new socks for everyone in the family at once today. RFK Jr. was going to reduce the rhetoric about vaccines. Don't know by who. Are we ready for the next one?
Let's go to the next question.
Okie dokie.
If we're sounding a little fuzzy and out of it today, it has been so rainy and dreary.
All you want to do is lay in bed. Nothing. And we've had such a busy morning at the same time that it's like, but it really wonks you out.
It definitely wonks you out. We're ready
you a little
even though we went for a little walk earlier, we're ready for some sun. We haven't had sun for several days now.
It affects you.
Okay, what is known about the vortex of the pyramids? Was that an energy used by the Nephilim to maintain contact with certain angels because of their divine origin? children of the fallen angels. Whoa. Well, getting into talking about Nephilim and the fallen angels.
That is a down the rabbit hole topic. That is something you're good at, Mom. That is a mom topic if I ever heard it.
So let's start by looking at the vortex of the pyramids. And I've just noticed in the news in the last week, there's been pyramids, or at least big conversation is coming up in the media about pyramids in all these different locations. They're going back and looking at the Bosnian pyramids. There was something going on with one of the pyramids in Mexico. They're always discovering new information about the Giza pyramids. So it's just a hot topic right now, pyramid energy on the planet. So let's ask, what do we need to know about the vortex of the pyramids to begin with? And then we'll do clarifiers at the bottom. Does this have to do with the Nephilim, the fallen angels? Are they trying to, to maintain contact with certain angels? Is it about maintaining contact kind of off planet or interdimensionally?
Before we do anything, I got this like hit that I need to do this.
Oh, love it. Thank you.
I don't know why.
Just clear the cards.
Just did it. There's something.
Talking about pyramids, and we're
clearing energy.
Clearing energy with our calcite wand there. Okay. So what do we need to know about the vortex of the pyramids, generally speaking, on the planet? Here's us. Huh. Interesting. 6 of Pentacles.
Joe, Oregon bubbles. I use Oregon pyramid energy mounted on satellite dishes to stop hurricanes.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow.
Great call.
Oh my goodness. Look at this.
Look at this.
So this is all in the physical. When we see pentacles, they really talk about, there would be other cards if we were talking about metaphysical, spiritual, I want to say angelic beings. We'd see other things. This is really a lot about, I want to say, the earth material plane, and maybe even the mineral kingdom, like crystals. And so to me, this is an earth system. It's about, it's interesting that we're asking, and we're at the 6, and the energy of the pyramids is at a 10. So it keeps the frequency in the 3D mass higher. It elevates, it lifts the frequency, is what I'm being shown. Oh, there they are. See them? There's only one card in the tarot. There might be 2. Maybe the Knight of Wands has a little pyramid in the back too, but really not very many with pyramid in them. There we go. So actually this one has 3 pyramids. Do you see that? It's like the pyramids of Giza. Wow. As we were asking, I was like, I wonder if one of the pyramid cards is going to come up.
And sure enough.
There it is. Another material plane, gift, reward. Can we pull the question down so that they can see the last card? Oh, now 10s. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got 2 10s, mastery of the 10, which is the completing the final step. So it's about, to me, this is about helping us stretch in the material realm between the epochs, because we're coming to the end of the Kali Yuga cycle, which is kind of like one of the lowest lows for humanity. And this is holding the frequency of the highest high golden age. But you see the golden sun on the horizon. The dawn is coming. The dawn of the new age is coming, the new golden era returning. And so it's just about keeping that frequency barely alive through this really dark phase that we've just gone through. Yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift, and it's about holding the frequency of the planet in the material, and especially I'm getting the crystal and the mineral realm.
Mm-hmm.
Magician. Wow, 2 aces.
2 aces.
2 aces, and 2 tens. So mastering ends and new beginnings. It's the closing of one era and
the beginning of a new.
So I've actually heard this before, that the pyramid vortexes were designed to help us not lose touch with the long-standing history of humanity during this dark phase, because it's something you can't deny when you look at them or go near them. They're so undeniable.
Otherworldly.
Well,
Like
otherworldly and
magical.
yeah, and that they're just, their presence is energetically shifts us so that we don't fall under this false spell that this is all there is, because we know if those things are standing and emanating that energy vortex, even after, 10,000 years, say, for example, or 100,000 years, we know that this, what we've been told about history is not the whole story. Any more cards?
True.
Pull any more?
I mean, we are going to pull some more on the actual question there.
Okay.
And
Put it back up
it does seem, can I say something about
Yeah.
them? It does seem that there is this, and with the magician here, I always see that as above, so below, right? And we're getting all this information that's coming out now about what's the below the pyramids as well. And now that we're coming into this consciousness of the awareness of the fullness of the structure of them, the fullness of the vortex of the pyramids, that's where we know that it's time for the shift to really occur. And there's some sort of a completion of like what we were allowed to know for a certain amount of time and what we were able to conceptualize and work with. And now we're going deeper. And so there's a new age that's being brought forward. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll put down a couple more cards. I love what you just said, Crystal, about the below, above and below, because you're talking, Yvonne, about a vortex that may have been used to maintain contact with the angelic realms, interdimensional contact. So the Nephilim might have used them. Whether they were involved in the creation of the pyramids is not necessarily true, but did they use that vortex? Is that vortex something that can be used for any purpose? It's interesting. Well, you were talking about maintaining contact. I do feel that it can be used for communication.
It also feels like it could be hijacked as well.
Well, but it
To a
does
certain
feel like,
extent.
to me, it feels like it has a safety mechanism built in where you only get to use it to a certain extent and then it shuts off. Like it's got its own frequency built in. I think, to answer your question, I think the fallen angels have tried to use it, but it doesn't always work. And what it does do is somehow preserve the communication. There's 2 communication cards here. So there's something, like you were saying, is this about keeping contact with other dimensions? And I do like almost like a dimensional, not a wormhole, but a portal. It doesn't feel as portal-like to me.
Pardon me.
It doesn't feel as portal-like. It feels more like it sends energy out. Does that make sense to you? Because look, we don't have any of the sort of drawing in cards here. This is very,
Like a vortex energy center.
yeah, I feel it is more of a, like, it's not a
I
receiver,
feel like
it's a transmitter.
I feel like it's more of a vortex around than it is in the center. Or both.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Maybe a wormhole time dimensional travel portal. There's a story about Alexander the Great visiting a Chinese pyramid for this purpose.
Well, I wonder, Sunshine Grease, if it is that when we are close to the pyramids, that what I've been starting to really kind of contemplate around time travel is that it's like an association game. It's like when you play make believe as a kid and you play it so much that it almost starts happening in real life because you're living your fantasy to such a full extent, and that's what we call self-fulfilling prophecy, or what did we used to call it, creative visualization or manifestation or whatever, all that stuff about The Secret years ago. Like, you can make something magically come into creation if you think about it enough and focus on it with enough intention and emotion and so on. So it feels like time travel is a lot like that. It's as there's places on the planet where if you're really, really working your imagination, and you really have a strong resonance with another time, either through a story or, like the history, the narrative, you can actually we've all had those experiences. I think many of us have, when we go into hypnotherapy sessions or something and we find ourselves somewhere else. It starts off that you just go there in your imagination, but eventually I feel that we can literally spend more time in those places and start to form more of a material body when we're there. And I feel it starts in a more of an imaginary realm. So I think that this is a place where people they've thought about it. They've talked about it, and whether they are able to sustain, it's kind of like astral travel. Maybe they went there to dream. We know that there were these dream temples. Maybe they went there to have like dream time experiences, and eventually all that energy of people going there for that purpose, it becomes like an easier bridge. That's what I'm feeling. It's a bridge.
Yeah. Maybe the vessels of the fallen angels came down in the pyramids.
That's an interesting angle on it. That is an interesting. Oh, yes.
Get a yes to that.
We got another ace, a yes.
I think that they are not the places they used to be.
Built near the sea, and now the Nile was there. Oh, it's hard to read your.
Yeah, that confusing. That one was a little confusing.
Yeah.
Spell check makes it real funky sometimes.
Yes, it does. Well, that is interesting. The distance in your eyes, you got a yes on that. That they did somehow come here, and they came here to do some work on this planet. So this is how I feel about the fallen angels and the whole Lucifer experiment and the whole separating from source to have this exploration in what it will be like to go outside of the rules of natural law, universal law, and live outside of those rules. That's what we call evil. It's out of alignment with natural law, and it's attempting to do something different on its own trajectory, so to speak. But there was a purpose for all of that. There was a purpose for that separation and isolation and individuation. It's going to evolve us in a positive way as the end result, I sure hope it's going to be worth it, because there's been a lot of suffering as a result of all this evil distortion, out of alignment energy, hasn't there? Yeah. So, a yes to that,
Mm-hmm.
that they may have come. And interesting, the timelines are curious, but I'm hearing about 4,000 years ago. So not these long, long timelines that we sometimes hear about. Fascinating.
Fascinating. All right.
What other questions do we
Yeah.
have there, Crystal?
Yeah. Lupo has one.
Yay!
Yay. From 2026, it will become law in the UK for flour producers to add folic acid to white flour. Surely this is mass medication. Are there nefarious reasons for doing this? Like fluoride, right?
Mm.
I've heard
2026.
that full of it. Yeah.
Okay, let's ask about this. I don't really know a lot about, and I'm guessing you're talking about synthetic folic acid. I mean, it would be a derivative, but I don't know if that makes a difference. Is this nefarious? Basically, let's put it's nefarious on this side, and it's not. Whoops, it's not nefarious on this side.
Yep, love it. Can I shuffle too?
You sure can.
Yeah. Lupo says, thanks for encouraging me beyond karma to ask more questions.
Yes.
Absolutely, always. I encourage everybody to ask questions, but we're grateful when our community shows up and has something to say. It's a great question.
Well, and we just learned so much too about what's going on in different parts of the world. Yeah. It's always quite suspicious, isn't it, when there's laws mandating the addition of certain things.
Something. Like for what?
Yeah. There's that classic law from Germany. I don't know, it was in the 1700s or something, where they had to add hops to beer. And if you look into what hops actually are, sources of natural estrogen. But if you're trying to make a population more docile to be a good workforce in your factories, you don't want the men to be all jacked up on testosterone and not taking orders and not. So this was a thing. Like, they basically said, no, we have to have estrogen in all the beer. You can't be a beer producer without it. So is there something about this folic acid? Is it a white hat or is it a black hat? So let's go black hat on the left and white hat on the right. Black hat. Yep. White hat. Not a white hat operation. Huh. Interesting.
That's so funny. It's so funny to get
the bad
positive cards about black hats and bad cards about white hats.
It's funny, actually. It's very funny. It is funny. So I'm going to say that it feels like it's not a white hat operation. It is, let's say that it is, I don't know that they're doing it for nefarious reasons. I feel like it's kind of, in a way, almost, it might even be in response to something that the other side has said would be positive. It's like they're trying to smooth something over, is what I'm getting. They're trying to like say, oh, so can anyone tell us if there's been any speaking by RFK Jr. about benefits of folic acid? Because it almost feels like someone on this side has said it's good and they're trying to like play along or something.
It's horrible for people with the MTHR gene.
Okay.
Body needs folic acid, messes. Folate. Yeah, folic acid messes with gut and nutrients. Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
So I actually feel like they're not doing it for a nefarious reason. They're trying to look like they're doing a good thing.
They thought it would be good, black hats, but now it no longer fits and needs to be dismantled, so white hats view it as bad.
Could be.
Hmm.
Could be. It's confusing. There's something very confusing about this because we got on the white hat side really challenging cards, and on the black hat side we've got really positive cards. So it's not simply nefarious or an operation on either side.
Major disadvantages, side effects. It's why I only buy organic flour for my bread.
mhm.
Interesting.
So
Why does the body need folic acid?
Yeah, interesting. Look at this. Okay, I actually feel like they believe this research.
Yeah,
Somebody has done
I agree.
research and they actually believe it. It's bizarre.
Yeah. It will come back potentially and bite them in the butt,
Well,
but
but in a way, it's also going to get people to stop buying mass-produced flour. So, you know,
maybe if they know.
or to grind their own flour, which we know is so much better for the gut. We're back to talking about autoimmune. I had a dear friend that had an serious autoimmune condition. Well, she still does. And she had to buy her own flour mill, like own flour grinder machine, and always grind her own flour because if it had sat even for like a week, the composition had shifted and it became indigestible.
Yeah.
So there's something like I don't think it's nefarious is what on their side. I don't think they're trying to do it in a nefarious way. But of course we're more aware. They're believing their own science.
Let's get more on the white hats over here and see what the deal is there.
Okay, let's look at that.
I feel like they see that it's going on and that they're actually choosing to go in a completely different direction.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. I agree with you.
And that they see that ultimately this occurring and letting them do this because they actually feel like the black hats have the best intention, but it's going to eventually end up just being a dead end for them in the long run. And that time frame allows us to move in, it allows people to see that there could be the opportunities to go in a different direction, but it's going to take time for us to get there.
I want to ask about, is this on a higher level really about showing us how we need to have more direct relationship with our food sources and not trust, for example, flour milling is a process that used to only be done locally, right? We would never buy our bags and flour from who knows where. So is this all happening in order to get us to look at changing how we relate to our food sources? Yeah, it feels like there's a growing tension. This is a catalyst that's going to create a tension and change the direction of things so that people are saying, I'm not going to buy that anymore. I'm going to buy the grains, the whole grains from the local farmers.
So we'll need to have, it's almost like they're going to do it and then there's going to be a certain body of research that comes out around it that totally debunks it.
Good one, Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there will be new systems set up over here that's like, oh yeah, of course. This is
The better way.
the better way. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're not just caught in this web of nefariousness, I guess, is the bottom message here. These things, all of it does seem to have, there's some reason for it all unfolding the way it is. And it will, in the long run, steer us in a good direction. Look at this. There's all this new direction energy here. This one and this one moving in a new direction, even looking into the future, like Crystal said, whole new options.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with a lot of different pieces in our food security industry,
Totally.
our food production industry.
Totally.
You know, we have a lot of uproar going on about these cattle, the slaughterhouses and the cattle producers losing their, you know, their ranches and all that kind of stuff. And yet also it has been a system that has been overly centralized as well. So
whole meal flour is exempt from this law. Oh, cool.
Wow. Okay, let's look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is opening the door.
Way forward.
Because let's face it, like we were talking about autoimmune, and flour is one of the biggest.
This isn't just about them putting folic acid in it. It's the fact that we can't digest it in the first place anymore. So, I mean, maybe they think that putting folic acid in it is going to be something that will counteract people having so much like celiac disease or something like that, or sensitivities to it or whatever. There's been some research or something that's come out around it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will cause more people to turn away from flour, which maybe in the long run is a good thing.
Yeah.
Especially away from flour that isn't wholemeal flour, or flour that isn't milled in your own home or in your own locale.
Yeah.
It'll be like you can go into the whatever store and put your flour through the mill right there, you know, fresh. Well, she used to make pasta and stuff with that freshly milled flour. It was incredible.
Who's she?
My friend. I can't tell names. You know that.
Oh, no. No, I wasn't asking you to. Sorry, I missed that.
My friend that had a severe autoimmune disease and milled her own flour. She used to make a pasta with it, and it was unbelievably good because it was fresh. And it was so delicious. And bread, of course, from the fresh milled. It really did taste different. So could be a revolution that heads us in a new direction with all of this.
Many revolutions underway here, folks.
It's the rebel
revolution.
The rebel revolution.
At beds?
Sure.
Any truth?
I've been pulling on this for years. I've never been all the way gung-ho on the bandwagon about med beds, to be honest. I've always been kind of sitting in the sideline.
Folate prevents birth defects. My kids have celiac and autism and MIHR, and I unfortunately took folic acid daily when pregnant. I'm curious if it had taken folic instead, they'd be healthier.
Interesting.
That's one thing that I've heard, and I was going to say that from the beginning. Like, I've heard some things about folic acid being indigestible for women. It actually wonks out our systems. So, and here we are being fed this stuff when we're pregnant, but not understanding the difference between folic acid and folate. So that is something to really look into in all of this.
Is.
Yeah.
You're shuffling on med.
I sure am.
Yeah.
They say folic.
Yeah. Can you read it out loud?
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope.
Is there any truth to the med beds? I'm just hearing we should apply the same logic that we did at the beginning of the pandemic, which is, do you know anyone? Does anyone know anyone that knows anyone that has
tried a med bed
and had a very positive result?
Yeah.
Let's just weigh in. We got like lots of people watching right now. Does anyone in the comments comment if you know somebody that like firsthand knows someone that either they or someone close to them had an experience in a med bed that was very positive? Let's wait. Michael Jaco.
Michael Jacob. Jason Shirka.
So these are
influencers.
Yeah. So do we know anyone personally? I guess not a lot of people are having access to them.
Yeah.
Apparently. Okay. Let's see what the cards say. Here we are, little Knight of Pentacles, going along in our plowing along diligently through life. And
good stuff.
Oh,
the med beds have been decreed to all of humanity by Queen Romana.
Okay. So well, this looks very, very positive. It does look like I want to say this is the feeling I've been getting all the way along, is that it's about enhancing our natural ability to heal ourselves. So it isn't going to fix us, but it's going to fast track what we are already doing with our frequency. And I said that if you go back and listen to old interviews with me years ago, I've been saying it all the way along, is that if you're in a good, because look at this, the Knight of Pentacles going along with or without it, plowing through, doing your work, your due diligence, it will enhance what you're already doing. It doesn't fix, if somebody's like not doing a lot of spiritual work or healing work to begin with, and they don't have their,
it's not a shortcut.
It's not a shortcut, but it's an enhancement for sure. Sort of like magnifies what you're already doing.
Yeah, I mean, med beds are frequency healing. So it's going to magnify your frequency.
So, for example, well, and it's very interesting because it does feel like they have an effect on our emotions as well.
Creating some sort of balance, balancing out our like the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves, bringing us into a state of neutrality, or like a certain level of alignment. So it's not like going to fix you, but it does help to
open the healing channel so your body can heal itself. That's, I'm getting
bring you
that.
into a certain state of alignment in your being.
See, that caduceus there is often about, as Crystal is saying, it's alchemical balance and internal alignment. And in that state of balance, you will naturally heal. Your body will heal itself. So it's actually about helping your body. But if you don't believe that, or you're very attached to the things that have made you sick, it can't fix that. So it really feels like it's I'm hearing it's the 20% top up at that last, the hardest part when you're healing or doing anything, moving, cleaning your house, the last hardest 20% is the hardest work, right? So it gives you that boost. And for many of us, that's all we need to pop us over into spontaneous healing. It's that last boost, but it can't take you from zero. It can't just regrow a limb of a person that is like stuck in their consciousness at a lower frequency.
There are several kinds of med beds. One kind makes you young again.
Again, I feel it has the potential, and I've seen people do it without. This is the thing. I've seen people regrow gums and teeth, and like we can do it without the med bed. But what it does is it helps to it boosts that frequency that we need to kind of get the job done. But I don't think it can take people who are not already in the healing frequency. Wasn't healed, but it did improve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one more question, but
Mhm.
we're at time.
Well, let's do one more question. Sure.
Is Valley of the Queens hiding important information, and is this why we hardly hear of them?
We're back to Egypt and the pyramids again.
Yeah.
Well, we're not with the pyramids, actually. We're at the Valley of the Queens. And great question. Yeah. Why don't we hear of them? Are they hiding important information? Or is it information that just isn't fully relevant at this time yet, but it will be at another time? Are we just not quite ready for that information at this moment? What do we need to know about the Valley of the Queens? Us. So this is the Vision Quest card. We're searching for something. It's like there's a piece missing, is what I'm getting. It's not all there. It's not all intact. Oh, look at that. Two eights. So eights are about
I feel like go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like there is important information that's being hidden.
Oh, look at that. Two fives. Oh, whoa. Okay. There's the ninth cup.
Yeah.
This has to do with locking us in to the frequency of the eighth sphere. So it's like we can't access what's missing there. Okay. What I'm hearing is that it's there. The actual whatever it is, the technology. And it's funny we're talking about med bits. It's all there, but there's a key to open it, and we don't have that yet. So there doesn't matter. It could be right in front of us, and we couldn't do anything with it at this time. We're stuck.
Yeah.
Because it's a consciousness, it's an awareness thing. So we have to go through our own shadow to get to the light. We have to go through our own. It's sort of like an initiation.
Each of us is going to have our own journey in it.
And it won't be revealed until you've gone through an initiation. So whatever it is, I don't think it's actually hidden in this dimension there. And you have to go through and face the ego, the shadow, in order to receive the blessing of it. So it's kind of, in a way, very protected, because you can't access it without going through your own shadow, like healing your own misalignment, basically. Wow.
Agreed. So ready. So ready.
So
what do we need to know about it in the future? Can we?
Well, look at this. We don't get there.
We don't get to know.
Well, no, I think that it's there waiting for us. And sometime within the next year or two, we're going to see people that have had extraordinary experiences there are going to be telling their stories, and everyone's going to run and say, well, I want that, but you can't get it without doing the inner work. It's not something you can go and take, it's not like whatever the Ark of the Covenant or the it's not like Lara Croft Tomb Raider where you can go and just take the key, right? It's not a physical thing. It's a metaphysical thing. We have to earn the ability to access what's the great mystery that's there. But it does feel like it is I don't know, some sort of a portal technology. And it looks like it's been shut off, but it does feel like you can access it. And again, it's not for everybody. You're going to have to go through this first.
Yeah, I mean, we're all doing the inner work, and some of us are doing the inner work whether we want to or not. It's just like gonna, it's just it's gonna come to you if you don't focus on it.
Like definitely not
Lupo said that
fun
since he
place.
retired last year, time has become irrelevant. And I think that's just such an interesting point to time, that so much of our time is related to that which we do for work, and that it is such a structure, it's such a construct for control, the way that we utilize and work with time.
Are we going to do some
Let's-
cards on the way out, or not
let's
cards?
do cards. These types of cards.
These cards.
You are checking us out here on, YouTube and Rumble, but we don't have Rumble going on there. We got a couple of shout outs here. Ascension Organites has astrology shungai pendants on special. Aren't they really cute?
They're really nice. I love them. Yeah. I'm going to put that on my Christmas wish
Get
list.
that in the order.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have the Golden Age with Wick Spear that is on special right now and up on Beyond Mystic that you can go and check out.
I think it's on the Academy, isn't it?
On the Academy.
Yep.
Speaking of being on the Academy, or on Beyond Mystic consultations page. Hey, if you want to book readings with ASHALA or myself, anything to say about that, Mama Love?
Yeah, we have spaces available. You can use the coupon code below to receive a discount on that. And check out Crystal's half hours. I'm surprised that we haven't had more takers for that, because you can get a lot accomplished in a half an hour. She's really good at especially just booking it through things. Both Crystal and Janine are really good at doing those fast readings. I get going talking and everything. But we go deep. We go deep in my readings for sure. And people walk away very transformed. So depending on what you're looking for, but definitely to be able to work through some specific stuff really quickly, check out a half-hour session with Crystal.
Love it. And we did have somebody that was asking about the schedule. If Beyond the News Viewer Questions was happening. It looks like it did happen today. On the IIP they were asking about. So it looked like that was indeed on the schedule. We have Beyond the News tonight, though, 8 p.m. And then checking out the Coco Show tomorrow and Beyond the News as well. Bringing the news to you. Love it.
Lots of news.
The new Wu-Fi.
Yeah, that's on Saturday at 11.
Interesting.
Jean-Claude and Janine. Yeah, we'll
I
have
haven't
to
watched
check
that
out.
one yet. Well, it's been a slice, fam.
Sure has. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving weekend if you're in the US, and for those of you everywhere else, enjoy your time and space. Life is precious. Make the most of it, everybody.
Always, always. Thank you for being here. See you again next